Hi, hello, shalom, my name is Haley Beckel and I have a dirty little secret. I'm from the South. If you didn't know this already, yes, I am from the South. If you think I have an accent, I think you should leave this channel. So anyways, not everyone from the South is bad or good, but today we're gonna be talking about someone who is from the South, Stonewall Jackson, a very interesting character if you have not heard of him before. So let's get started. So Thomas Jonathan Jackson was born in Clarksville, Virginia on January 21st, 1824, but the real interesting part is how his family got to the US. His great-grandfather John Jackson and his great-grandmother Elizabeth Cummings were criminals. John was an Irish Protestant living in London, England, and he was convicted of larceny after stealing 170 pounds, which was a lot of money back then. Elizabeth, on the other hand, was a 6-foot-tall Brit convicted of felony larceny after stealing 19 pieces of silver, jewelry, and fine lace. I don't know which one is worse. The two met on a ship of 150 convicts headed to Annapolis, Maryland, and they got married 6 years later. They were sent to different locations for their bond service, and then the couple moves to Virginia and they get married, blah, blah, blah. Back to Stonewall Jackson. So his childhood was pretty sad. His older sister Elizabeth and his father Jonathan both died of typhoid fever when he was only 2 years old. His mom then gave birth to his sister Laura Ann the day after his dad died. And she can't afford caring for her 3 children, so she remarries Captain Blake B. Woodson, who really doesn't like his new stepkids. Julia then gives birth to a 4th child with Blake and dies. Before she passes, her children are given away to family members. Jackson and his sister Laura Ann go to their half-uncle Cummins Jackson, and their older brother Warren goes to live with their mom's side of the family. Warren later dies of tuberculosis at the age of 20. Then Laura Ann and Jackson are split up. So Laura Ann then goes to her mother's side of the family, and Thomas is sent to live with his father's sister and husband. He's treated so poorly over there that he runs away from home. Jackson walked 18 miles to be reunited with his half-uncle. Jackson even made a deal with one of his uncle's slaves. In exchange for pine knots, Thomas taught the young boy how to read. Then he goes to the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York, where he graduated 17th in his class out of 59 students. He becomes a professor at the Virginia Military Institute and is not well liked. Jackson once tried to get a cadet kicked out for pranking him. He also had some health issues, including arthritis and sinus problems. Some people say he had a hernia in his diaphragm, which would explain some of his strange habits, such as standing for long periods of time to keep his internal organs in place. His diet was also odd, consisting of mainly crackers and milk. He also ate whole lemons, which he believed would cure his chronic indigestion. Jackson would even walk around with one of his hands in the air to balance the blood in his body. He believed that one side of his body was heavier than the other. This habit is actually what led to his left arm being amputated, which we'll get to later. But first, I think it's important to mention that Jackson never outright supported slavery. He actively held Sunday school classes for both slaves and freed people. It is said that his association with the Confederacy was likely due to his religious beliefs. Jackson thought that he had no moral right to challenge slavery because God allowed it to happen, which we can agree is very wrong. Jackson was a kind of a military genius and significantly helped out the South during the Civil War. He got the name Stonewall Jackson from his performance during the First Battle of Manassas, when he rushed his troops forward to close a gap in the line of attacking Union soldiers. But that didn't stop him from getting shot by his own Confederate forces. Jackson and his team were returning to camp when they were mistaken for a Union cavalry force. The 18th North Carolina Infantry believed that he and his soldiers were pretending to be part of the Confederacy. Jackson was hit by 3 bullets, 2 in his left arm and 1 in his right hand. He had suffered an injury to his left middle finger in a previous battle, but managed to keep it. His arm was amputated and buried somewhere near Chancellorsville. 8 days later, he died of pneumonia. Jackson complained of a sore chest when he received care after being shot, but the doctors dismissed it as rough handling when he was being carried off the battlefield. And that is the story of Stonewall Jackson. Was he really a military genius? Was he really not? I don't know. Guessing by how his demise went, I would say no. So here we have some Confederate Johnny cake, which is cornmeal, milk, sugar, bacon grease, and a little bit of salt. And it doesn't hold up as well as the pictures that I saw of it. Like, it's supposed to be a cake that's transportable, but this thing is falling apart, which I don't know why, but we're gonna try it and see how it tastes. Cheers. Okay, it's not bad. It's like oily corn, like just an oily corn pancake. I don't hate it. I mean, it's got the flavor, like the bacon gave it a little bit of that grease flavor, so I'm not mad about that. It doesn't hold well together though, which I don't know if that's an issue on my part or if it's an issue on the recipes part that I followed, but I don't hate it. I don't love it. Am I gonna finish it? Yes. So that's it for now. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. If you did not enjoy this, please let me know. If you have any other food related history videos that you want me to do, please let me know, and I'm gonna go eat. Bye-bye.